Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? How you doing? My name is Douglas Ford, and I'm coming at you from my humble abode by way of Houston, Texas, what I call my billionaire desk. And listen, I am partnering and I'm working directly with Antionette Alexander and also Bobbie Moore and a few other of their business partners. And I told them that I just wanted to just come and create a real quick video that I'm going to add onto YouTube that we'll be able to share because we're taking this cash flow system and screaming it from the rooftops because I never seen anything as ingenious and so straightforward and literal that requires zero skill set required to be able to have us receiving instant and always instant, continuous, reliable and sustainable cash flow that is unavoidable for everyone to receive, okay? So we're not talking about making money. We're talking about literally receiving and having cash flow. Robert Kiyosaki was the one that always said, the true definition of wealth is when positive cash flow, that's that money coming in and out of your household or in and out of your business that is coming in with no hands-on active effort, okay? And that cash flow exceeds your monthly and annual expenses. And so that's what we're talking about here, okay? Now, what I've asked these ladies to do is allow me to do the speaking for them. Allow me, put me to work, and you guys and anyone you put in front of me will continuously receive cash flow. Now, what I wanted to do was really go back in our back office and show you the system that we use because, guys, we're about 1,000% transparency. But there's two things I want to highlight that I'll break down a little bit more when we get to the board, is that what you're about to see is not network marketing. It's not MLM. This is not a blessing circle or a cash gifting or susu, or this is definitely no Ponzi or pyramid scheme of any kind whatsoever, okay? What we're doing that generates this cash flow and continuously has it coming in is that we're opening up digital banks and digital wallets just like, exactly like companies like Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Crypto.com, Coinbase, and companies like FTX, Binance, just to name a few, what these companies are doing, because they are leveraging and taking advantage and they're jockeying for position in the digital space, because we know blockchain in the digital world is today's modern day gold rush. And if you ever studied any gold rush of the past, it was those that were offering the picks and the shovels of that gold rush, that those that were receiving the big bulk of money the fastest, the ongoing, reliable, sustainable cash flow, as opposed to the miners that were actually digging for gold. They utilized the picks and shovels that assisted them, and those that were offering that, okay, they're the ones that generated the real wealth, okay? The picks and shovels, folks, of today's modern day gold rush, the digital space, it's not in trading. It's not in crypto mining. It's not in crypto staking. It's not in trading money, or it's not in NFTs and stuff like that, folks. It's digital wallets and digital banks. If you look at the big companies that we're bringing our economic value to, we're creating a digital wallet. Many of us have multiple wallets with various different companies, okay? Or collectively amongst all of the ones that I even mentioned. But the only difference is our economic power that we bring to their platform is making them wealth and generating them ongoing cash flow, but they're not sharing it with us. What we're doing in the platform I'm going to show you, folks, where anybody that can fog up a mirror, and I mean in the literal sense, where all anybody ever is going to be doing is putting in 3 names of information, a phone number and an email address, and simply with a one-time contribution, when you activate those accounts, instantly money is going to come right directly to you in your, what we call your digital bank with this platform. And then look at this, anytime and every time. Just like Cash App, just like Venmo, just like these other companies, anytime and every time, there's an account that opens, there is a deposit that's made, or transactions that take place from this day onward, it's going to be coming not to just one of us, folks, not to just a handful of us, not just a few of us, but it's going to have instant continuous residual cash flow that is going to scale, okay, from this day forward. But I just don't want you to hear it. I want you to see it, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, okay? I also have a testimony that I want a few sisters to share that's been working with me since January, and I want you to see their testimony and just really hear their results since they've been a part of this platform. It's one of my most recent testimonies. But I want to take you to the back office here because I have a demonstration account that I've already set up for Miss Bobbie Moore. You see Bobbie Moore's name is at the top. Let me move this over here so you guys will still be able to see me as I talk here. And so this here is a whole system that everybody receives. This whole digital account gets set up, okay, for everyone just with putting in a name, a phone number, an email address, and doing a contribution to activate the account. But even though this is a demonstration account, I want you to see how even before you make a decision, we're able to get money into your account just so you can see how literal this thing performs. As I mentioned, even though this is a demonstration account, it functions just like an active live account. I love that because you're able to see it and we're able to show you the 1000% transparency so you can see that when I say zero skill set is required and your success is connected to a 0% failure rate, not just for you, but everyone. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So you see right now, Bobbie Moore's account has zeros all across the board. Some reason it logged me out, but let me just log right back in here. Okay. There we go. You see zeros all across the board, okay? Now I'm gonna scroll down here and I'm just gonna put in 3 names of information. So I'm gonna add in Antionette, okay, Alexander, CP at, oh, sorry, no, just Alexander here. Then the email address right here. Demo.net. Okay. And I'm gonna just add 2 more people here. I'm gonna add a Sidney Arnold. Okay. Sidney Arnold at coopdemo.net. And one last person here. Let me do a Frida O'Banion. Okay. Frida O'Banion. Okay. CP at coopdemo.net. Okay. Now, in this example, folks, okay, so literally, this is all anybody is required to do, and you're only doing this one single time. Everyone's opening up 3 accounts for 3 friends that are going to do the exact same thing, and they too are only going to be required to do it one time. And when this happens, folks, so right now, Bobbie Moore is opening up 3 accounts. You see her account is all zeros across the board. When she clicks invite, this is just as if she just activated an account for Antionette, Sidney, and also Frida. And you see right here, already, instantly, okay, the moment those accounts open, folks, your initial participation has you receiving what we call instant withdrawable cash flow. That this cash flow, every time it collectively raises above $50 or more, you are able to withdraw every single penny, send it right over to your own private exchange that's connected to your account, and deposit it into your account. There are no holds on any money that you have and that accumulates. You have total access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Again, no holds on your money. Okay. But this, I want you to see the magic here. So in this example, Bobbie is not doing anything else. But I want you to see what happens, because what happens is that as accounts open up from this day forward, those contributions, those deposits, those transactions, they're all split up, and 10 people prior are always going to be receiving each and every time, which is going to be, in this example, Bobbie, okay? Which is going to be the same thing that takes place for everyone else moving forward from this day onward. Guys, this is a game changer, okay? So I just don't want you to hear it. I want you to see it. So I'm going to go here, and I don't know if I copied one of the emails. I thought I did, but let me get Sidney Arnold here. So I'm copying this demonstration account that I did for Sidney. I know this is not her email, but let me grab her email. And so this is an account in this example that Bobbie opened. So I'm going to go to the login screen, okay? And now I'm going to take Bobbie's out. That's Bobbie CP33, okay? And I'm going to paste that there. Okay, go back. Log in. You see that's Sidney Arnold, the email that I created. So Sidney, if you're watching this, okay, I want you to see the exact same thing, Sidney, that you're only required to do. Guys, listen, there's no skill set required. And the reason why I say this is all connected to a 0% failure rate, because it eliminates no guesswork. There's no guesswork here. When the accounts open, as I advertised and said, money is instantly going to come to everyone, and instantly, simultaneously, and continuously, money is going to go to everyone prior every single time. It's already programmed, and it's already installed in the automation to work just like that. So watch this. So now what is Sidney going to do? Just do the exact same thing that Bobbie did, okay? Because remember, you're going to have 3 friends that just do the exact same one time. So Bobbie's going to put in Rodney Manor, okay. OR, Rodney. I spelled Rodney wrong there. We get that right, Rodney. Pick out the Y, go back over here. CP@coopdemo.net. And then we're going to do, let's do Jeff Rose. CP@coopdemo.net. And we're going to do, let's do a church. Let's do Greater Mount Zion. Greater Mount Zion. CP@coopdemo.net. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, folks, I just did the exact same thing that I did with Bobbie. I did nothing different. As you can see, Sidney, she's zeros across the board. Sidney, when you make these account live, and if you're not Sidney, whomever that you're watching, just put your name there as I'm using Sidney and Bobbie in this demonstration, okay? But Sidney, all she did was just open these 3 accounts just by putting a name, email address, phone number, and then when her contribution activates them, she's instantly going to be receiving what we call instant withdrawable cash flow, folks. I have never seen anything so simple to where with a person's initial participation, you're immediately receiving money into your account that comes to your own private, unique wallet that only every individual corresponding only has access to, okay? Now, I want to show you this. Everyone gets this replicated website and funnel, okay? Because everybody gets attached to link. Now, Sidney, this is not going to be your actual account because this is not your email address. This is just for demonstration purposes. But I want to show everyone what everyone's going to receive, okay? So you guys can see the magnitude of this. This is not a Mickey Mouse operation, okay? So this is pulling up here. There it is. So this is the website that everyone receives. You see, it's all custom to Sidney. This is her activation key right here that she uses, okay? And if you scroll down this website here, you'll see how it's well put together, okay? It's state of the art, okay? It gives a good impression and look, you know, to this operation and what we're doing. So everybody receives this, okay? So let me close this back down. But what I want to do now, I want to log out as Sidney. Remember, Sidney received the same exact thing that Bobbie did, okay? Now, Bobbie didn't do anything else, but yet Sidney did the exact same thing. So that was what? That was accounts opening up after Bobbie just did her one-time execution that she's only ever required to do one single time. She's going to not have to do it again next week or a week from the time she does it. She doesn't have to do it a month later. She doesn't have to do this a year later, 2 years, 5 years, etc. One time, folks. So I'm going to go to login here. And now I'm going to go back into Bobbie. Now remember, Bobbie was at 262, okay? And also 2625 in the standard version, right? When I log back in here, folks, I want you to see Bobbie is going to receive ongoing cash flow from this day forward. And also Sidney is going to receive reliable cash flow from this day forward, anytime and every time accounts open, deposits are made, and transactions take place from this day forward. Folks, this is cash flow. Okay. And so what I want to do before I go to the board, I want to break it down, okay, and really show you the magnitude of what we're talking about and what a person and what we're all going to be receiving just as this thing continues to move forward, okay? But let me bring my testimony. I've been working with these young ladies here since January. They came on board with our operation, okay? And her name is Dr. Lita Harris. She's been a licensed gynecologist for over 30 years, but then the pandemic came into play and it really hit her business hard, and she couldn't have face-to-face clients because of, you know, the pandemic and the COVID rule where, you know, people couldn't get out and stuff like that. But folks, she came in towards our platform, her and her sisters, and collectively, they have already been able to receive in excess of $65,000 since January. It's a whole lot more than that at this point, but I just want you guys to hear their story and just what's possible with what we're doing with this incredible cash flow funding project here. Let me rewind this because it was playing as I was talking, so you can hear it in its time.
Joining you with my two sisters, Ursula Gaynor, who's also in Southern California, and with my other sister who is in Palm Bay, Florida. Her name is Vielka Finlater. We're part of this Co-op Life project, and we've been part of this since January of this year. We want to share a little bit with you about how this has transformed all of our lives in an amazing capacity. Collectively, we have been able to donate over $65,000 in this project to other people's projects and causes. And of course, because of the fact that this is something that is a giving and sharing community, it's a cooperative community, we too have been able to benefit from it. But let me just share a little bit about me personally. I'm a gynecologist. I've been practicing for over 31 years, but the last 6 years of it, I have been in private practice. So as you can imagine, last year, COVID just took a toll on my practice. I couldn't have any patients coming through the doors. And so it just tremendously brought me into a financial crisis. Honestly, I had to take out a lot of loans that were cash advance loans, high interest loans, borrow from people, et cetera. And truly, by the end of the year, I had no idea what I was going to do. I knew that God brought me this practice, but I didn't know how I was going to get out of this financial bind that I was in. So when my sister brought this to us at the beginning of the year, I said yes. And oh my goodness, did it rescue my practice? Truly, I've been able to take care of paying off a lot of those debts, paying people back. And it even affected my personal finances, where I've been able to take care of some other debts as well that I had, improving my credit score, etc. So this is something that I can truly say has been life-changing for me. I have my big why. My husband and I are in ministry, and we look at this as something long-term. This is long-term, that is going to be able to help us to build our church. We're going to position ourselves financially to be good at that time. And as much as I love what I do, I am passionate about what I do. I don't want to do it because I have to do it. I want to do it because I want to do it. So this has transformed my life. And I know my sisters share the passion as well. Ursula, why don't you just kind of tell us how this has helped you as well?
Absolutely. Well, I am, again, Ursula Gaynor. I live in Riverside, California, and I am a wife, a mother of 2 college-age kids, and I'm also a registered nurse for the past 34 years. This tremendous opportunity has blessed me by being able to just simply share it with my family and be a blessing to my sisters as well as my other family members as well. But what I really want to share with you today is that with my busy lifestyle, because of the automation and the simplicity of this business, I have been able to do it even with my extremely busy schedule.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
To be able to do over the last 6 or 7 months is to pay off a car note, be able to put my daughter through summer school without having to take out another student loan, and to pay off some credit cards. Because of my kids being in college, as I shared, we have an extreme amount of college student loan debt on board. And because of that, we have not been able to really position ourselves to retire comfortably, debt-free, the way we would like to retire. And so this opportunity is really positioning my husband and myself to be able to do just that. Our bills show individually, and we want to be able to pay that residual. Yeah. And this is what Co-op Proud is going to do for me and my family. And so I implore you not to leave your family members out. Press in, reach out, and get them on board, because this is what it's about: family and doing life together. Bielka, would you like to share with us what this has done for you?
Absolutely. Hey, everyone, I'm Bielka. I'm a married mom of 3 adult sons. And yes, my family is my why. As a young family starting out many years ago, we were on government assistance. And I'm not ashamed to say it, because we were truly in dire straits. But bigger things were in store for my family. And my husband and I, we worked diligently to get ahead in life. And as the years went on, we both had great jobs. I was working in IT, making good money. But for a young family, though, with 2 children with special needs, these long hours just didn't work for our family. So I was looking for something different. The answer was to design the life that fit our family. And so I became a full-time independent business owner in 2004. Fast forward to this year, when my sisters and I joined this opportunity, we've helped hundreds of people raise hundreds of thousands of dollars globally. That is global impact. With the donations I've received personally, I've been able to invest them, multiply them even further, paying off credit card debt, mortgage balances, medical debt, and I continue to invest those dollars in long-term projects, strengthening my family unit. And guess what? With every debt I pay off, my credit score rises. Can you say purchasing power? We are truly designing the lifestyle that we deserve. We call that life co-op life. I'm grateful that my children, they will never have to live in lack because of the residual donations from this simple subscription-based system called Co-op Proud. I'm so thankful that I get to work with my sisters and my brother Pico and other family and friends, and we're working together building wealth. We have found a powerful platform and a system that truly works. Don't miss this chance to change your life for the better for the rest of your life. Say yes to Co-op Life and join us on this journey. So I say to my sisters, what are we doing? We
live in a co-op life.
All right, guys. Well, man, I mean, I tell you, this thing never gets old, and the lives that we have already been impacting is incredible. And so, I got to make a disclaimer. We can't make any, income claims, and I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, guys. I'm just someone who has just found some bread, and I'm just trying to scream from the rooftops, where the bakery is. And so, like I said, I'm working with Antionette. I'm working with Bobbie right now. We're screaming this from the rooftops. We're taking this to the moon. I want you to understand the whole purpose about this. This is not about just the one or a few, okay, that is able to do this. That's why I like there's zero skill set required, because when there's zero skill set, who then is not able to do it? See, many of us, like I said, are already opening up accounts with Cash App, Venmo. We already have accounts with Coinbase and Crypto.com. But here's my question. How much of that cash flow are they sharing with us? And we're the ones turning these companies into multi-billion-dollar companies. And so, folks, we're just doing it with this platform where we're opening up digital banks and digital wallets on the blockchain. And folks, when it's on the blockchain, it can't be changed. It can't be tampered with. It's going to perform the same way every single time. What is that same thing? Remember, this is all anybody's doing. It's just coming down here and putting in 3 names of information, adding emails, adding a phone number, okay? So send Bobbie, send Antionette, send Sidney, send Frida your email address, and they'll set you up an account, and you'll go ahead and make the contribution, which I'm going to talk about right now. And folks, instantly, you cannot get out of the way of the cash flow. And here's the best part. Let me do all the talking and sharing for us. You can take this video, just like they have shared with you, and you share with anyone that you know wants to receive default cash flow, okay? And all they're simply doing is just opening up a digital bank through this system. Okay? Now, I know opening up a Cash App account was free. I know opening up a Venmo account is free. But folks, it's set up to where they're getting their money and their transactions on the back end. See, every time you use their system, okay, it is creating ongoing residual cash flow for them. Coinbase right now, because of us, is doing in excess of $350 billion, not every 5 years, not every year. Folks, they're doing $350 billion every single quarter. That's every 4 months. If you add that up, that's over $1 trillion that we are generating for this company called Coinbase. And all we're doing is opening up digital wallets and digital banks and doing deposits and transactions on their ecosystem, but yet they're not sharing any of the cash flow with you and I. Here, folks, anybody that can fog up a mirror, in my estimation, can be able to receive ongoing residual cash flow. We're not talking about people becoming a millionaire here. We're just having people get cash flow to where, let's say, we cover your mortgage payment, cover a few car payments, as you heard those young ladies talk about there, okay? And if it just so happens you accidentally end up becoming wealthy, all right, so be it. But you'll be able to give more money to charity and churches and things that you want to do, okay? And so without here to there. So I'm going to go ahead and, but also I want to show you our community, folks. We actually have you guys invite people to our community, okay? We're a growing, thriving community. We're exploding right now. We created this community called Predictable Cash Flow Mindset. You can invite folks in here and tag them to videos. I'm always streaming live. Other leaders are going live in this community, and all we talk about is this particular platform and concept here, okay? So I'm gonna go to my screen here. So I wanna show you the execution that involves 2 simple steps, okay? Please pay attention, hone in on this, okay? Because this is all that takes place, and it's literally gonna have everybody, not 1, not some, not a few, everyone receiving cash flow and everyone's cash flow scaling as this duplication strategically moves forward. Watch this. So remember, this is you. Okay? And what are you going to do? You're going to open up 3 accounts one time. Okay? 3 accounts one time. That's all you do. And then you're going to have 3 friends, okay? 3L, for 3 friends that are going to do the exact same thing. Open up 3 accounts, each of them one time. And folks, that is it. That is the one-time execution, okay, that everybody just does one single time. They're going to open up 3 accounts for 3 friends, because your accounts that you open up is going to be for these 3 friends. They're going to have a digital bank, and they're going to do the exact same thing. See, them doing the exact same thing is the automation that's securing the ongoing cash flow that's scaling for everybody. And everybody is only doing it once. Please don't lose sight of that. Everybody's only required to do this once. And all that's involved to open up a person's account is you're going to do a first name, you're going to do their last name, you're going to do their phone number and an email address. That's it. And then your contribution, okay, to purchasing these, okay, so we're going to purchase 3 tokens. The reason why we use tokens, because tokens runs on the blockchain, okay? So you're going to be purchasing 3 of those that you're going to be assigning to each of the account. That activates them, and when they're activated, you're instantly receiving instant withdrawable money. So it's going to be, just keep it 1,000%. It's going to be a 1,000% transparent. It's going to be $125, okay, one single time out of pocket. And it's depending on what crypto you use. There's going to be over 100 cryptos that you can use to open up your account, okay? And yeah, I mean, we can use Bitcoin, we can use Ethereum, we can use Dogecoin, you can use Tron, BNB. There's up to 100. There's USDT, all those that you can use. But I want you to understand, it's only one time out of pocket for everyone that's coming in the ecosystem, okay? And so, what is everyone doing? 3 accounts, one single time. And so this right here, folks, is what's making all this cash flow happen, right here. This is all anybody's doing right here, okay? Again, one time out of pocket at $325. So watch this, guys. I'm gonna share this from the 10X version, because either you start at the 10X version or you can upgrade with the accumulation from the standard version that then upgrades you automatically to the 10X version. So the bottom line is you're going to be at the 10X version. Whether you upgrade to it through the collection of your money from the standard version, or you start from here and you're operating for both right out of the gate. When you do this, folks, watch what happens here. From the 10X version, you are immediately, instantly receiving $260. Immediately. Your 3 accounts in the 10X version, $260 is going to be in your account. Okay? And so you're done. You're not required to do anything else. Then your 3 friends, you know what they're going to do? They're going to do the exact same thing. How many times are they required to do it? One time. What's going to happen with them? They're going to receive $260 as well. But folks, remember what I told you, is that every time there's a contribution, it is broken up. The person that made the contribution instantly receives. And then from then on, every time a contribution is done, it's always going to come back. And your 3 friends and you are always going to be receiving more cash flow. Every single time accounts open, a deposit happens, transactions take place. No matter when, no matter where, it's global, it's all over the world. That's why it's on the blockchain. So watch this. So instantly and simultaneously, as your 3 friends did the exact same thing you did, they only did it one time. They received $260, but guess what? It brought your money up through the automation, okay? And the way it's broken up, you're going to receive $380. My question is, what else did you do? Nothing else. And so, obviously, your 3 friends, what are they going to do? They're going to open up 3 accounts for 3 of their friends that are going to do the exact same thing. So these are your 3 friends, right? What are they going to do? 3 accounts. How many times? 1 time. What's going to happen with them? 260. Again, speaking from the 10X version, my little light there could maybe be adding the glare. I'm trying to get the glare out. Let me turn this off here real quick. Putting the glare. There you go. 260 right there. I may be a little darker, but I want you guys to see the board. But watch this. Consequently, as a result, what happens to your 3 friends? They go up to 380. Just like you did. But guess what? You also go up. You go up to $870. That's coming into you every 28 days. Withdrawable money every single month. That's going to scale. Why? Because this is going to continue to do nothing but just go forward. And folks, as I mentioned, you let me do all the talking. Put me to work. You make the cash flow and have it scale. Take this video, just like they're sharing it with you, share it with those that if all they got to do is open up 3 accounts and do a one-time out of pocket of $125 and be able to receive cash flow just like this. And every time accounts open up from this day forward. Now, let me show you the money. Let me show you how those ladies were able to accumulate the $65,000. Okay, I'm erasing all this. Now remember, I'm doing this from the 10X. Well, first I'm gonna start in the standard version, then I'm gonna upgrade to the 10X, okay? So watch this. So let's say this right here. I like to use this example here. Let's say this is person 1, okay? This is person 1. And let's say person 1, they have a desire for cash flow of, let's say it's gonna be 4,000, okay? 4K. And let's say person 2, okay, they need about 2K, right? And let's say person 3 is looking for about 1K. So person 1 is needing 4K, person 2 is needing 2K, person 3 is needing 1K. Folks, this can be nonprofits, this can be a church, this can be a business, this can be a charity, a foundation, a booster club, or for personal reasons. Maybe some people just want to make more money than they currently make right now, whatever the case may be, okay? Now, what is everybody only required to do? Open up 3 accounts. Many times? 1 time. Guys, I'm gonna put a red box around this because what you're gonna see is all that anybody does. We put the X because it's 1 time requirement, 1 time, right? So watch this. So what's gonna happen? So in this example that I used, this was Bobbie Moore, remember? Okay, what is Bobbie gonna do? Open up what? 3 accounts. 3 accounts, 1 time, right? That's it. But let's say we're just gonna put people in. Let's say one of those people, okay, was Antionette Alexander, AA. Okay? The instant that Bobbie Moore does this, this is the standard version right here. We're wanting people to do this within 3 to 7 days or less. Now, you just saw me go into Sidney's, actually it was Sidney's account that I used. It was Sidney Arnold's. Sorry about that. You just saw me use Sidney Arnold's account and Bobbie Moore's, and I basically had $300, close to $300 in both of their accounts, and it took me every bit of what, 2 minutes? I just went in there and put in 3 names, and even though it was a demonstration account, instantly Bobbie received money, and instantly Sidney received money, and Bobbie received more. Y'all did see that, right? That's why I showed it to you first, because I wanted you to see the 1,000% transparency that this is going to take place, okay? So remember, they're only doing it 1 time. So when I draw that line like that, Bobbie's not required to do any more out of pocket. Bobbie's not going to have to open up any more accounts. What happened? Bobbie's going to receive 26. Okay. She only did 3 accounts one time. Okay. Now, so that was 3 days. We'll just say that. Remember, we're doing it in 3 to 7 days or less. Now, if somebody takes longer than 7, they can still come, guys. We're just having this strategy because we want to give people their cash flow like yesterday, right? So now, what is Sidney Arnold going to do? Now, Sidney Arnold wouldn't even been in this equation unless she said, hey, yes, I'm going to do, okay, the one-time execution. See, that's the strategic part about this, guys, is that it's moving forward and accounts are going to continue to open. Why? Because everyone is going to open up 3, only for 3 friends that they're going to select who are going to cooperatively do the same thing. See, this is what I love, because if you're not going to do it and you don't want the cash flow, you can tell the person, no, this is not for me. That way, we don't have to have the cash flow stagnant. Because if a person comes in and we don't know if they're going to do it or not, then that means that the cash flow is based on chance or based on maybe. When the cash flow is going to come to all of us with absolute certainty. The only thing that stops it or not having to come to somebody is them not doing this. So Sidney says, oh, I want cash flow to come to me. If all I got to do this is one time, that's all you got to do is Sidney. So Sidney does what? She opens up what? 3 accounts, one time. Let's just say, though, one of those accounts that she opened up was for Antionette. Right? It's for Antionette. She's only doing that what? One time. What is Sidney going to receive? 26. What else is going to happen, though? As a result of that, Bobbie goes to 38. Okay? Antionette, what is she going to do? The exact same thing. What is that same thing? 3 accounts, one time. Let's put a name there. Okay? Let's do Frida. Frida's there. So Frida, if you're watching, okay? Antionette does that one time. What is Antionette receiving? 26. Now, guys, when Sidney did that, that represented 6 days respectively. But Bobbie did it in 3 days, and then Sidney took 3 days to do it, which added up 3 and 3 is 6. So respectively, because everybody's going to be Bobbie, because everybody, when you start, with everybody doing it within 3 days or less. So that's a total of 6. Okay? Antionette's receiving 26. Bobbie's going up to what? Excuse me, Sidney's going up to what? 38. Bobbie's going up to what? 87, guys. It's in 6 days there. Okay? No, it's actually 9 days. Sorry. 9 days. Got it? So now Frida's going to do it. Same thing. Okay? That's going to represent 12 days. 3 accounts, one time. What's Frida going to receive? 26. What's Antionette going to receive as a result? 38. What's Sidney going to receive as a result? 87. Are y'all seeing the predictable results, guys? Bobbie goes up as a result to $249. That's 12 days in. That's $249 that she's going to be receiving every 28 days. The cash flow continues to come. Then these guys do the exact same thing. How many times they're doing it? 3 accounts? What? One time. Everybody's just doing this, guys. And watch this, what's happening. Are you noticing as accounts continue to open up, are you seeing just one person's money go up, or are you seeing everybody's money go up? See, folks, nobody's having to wait on rotation. We're not cash gifted. We're not a susu. This is not a blessing circle or anything. This is not a loom, okay? I know those things went into many different communities and they didn't pan out, okay? There was a rug pull, people got money and left. Here, nobody stops receiving money because the exciting part about it, every time accounts open, I just can't write in everybody's number instantly, but as accounts open, everybody's money is going up instantly and simultaneously. And it's not just going to Bobbie, It's not just going to Sidney. It's not just going to Antionette. It's not just going to Frida. It's going to everyone. That's why Dr. Leader and Ursula and her sisters are just sharing this with everyone. Okay? Guys, we are going to be blessing and getting cash flow to the hands of every person. We're going to eliminate the wealth gap. We're going to have everyone receiving their fair share of happiness. Okay? So this is 15 days here. Okay? That's 15. What happened here? 26. What's happening to Frida? 38. What's happening to Antionette? 87. What's happening to Sidney? 249. Okay. Notice it's the same thing. What's happening to Bobbie? $538. See, at this point, Bobbie is now time to upgrade over because she's at over 250. So she's going to upgrade over, and now she's going to be still receiving from here because this continues to duplicate, okay? Because of the strategic duplication and the automation. Everybody's doing 3 accounts, and 3 friends are doing the same. That's how it's always moving forward. And so it's going to move forward. Why? Because it's everybody receiving cash flow, not just one. That's why things didn't work in other companies. That's why you don't have to bring the trepidation here. Because in the other companies, it was by chance and maybe. Maybe some people made money, maybe some people did not. I told you the reason why this works, because it takes 0 skill set, which is opening up digital banks, putting in a first name, last name, email address, and phone number. And then your success is connected to a 0% failure rate. Because the moment anybody and everybody open up an account, did they or did they not receive money? Yes, they did. And as they received money, didn't everybody else money go up? Yes, it did. Did anybody have to rely on rotation before they received? No, they did not. Did anybody have to wait on receiving cycling before they received money? No, they did not. Every time, anytime, all the time, accounts open, transactions takes place, sends everybody's money up. So obviously, 3 days later, okay, even though that's respectively day 18, these people do the exact same thing, 3 accounts, 1 time. And I haven't been drawing my line, but you guys know. What's going to happen here? 26 for these people. What's going to happen here? 38 for these guys. As a result, Frida is receiving 87. As a result, Antionette is going up to 249 as well. And look at this. Sidney is going up to what? 538. Sidney now also, 3 days later, goes over to the 10X version. But guess what? This brings Bobbie's money up to $1,791 that she's receiving every 28 days from the standard version. Everyone is still receiving from over here. As they go over to the 10X version, they're still receiving from over here. Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't lose sight of that. So now I'm going to erase all this. Okay? I'm going to erase all this because now I'm going to share from the 10X version. So now Bobbie comes over to the 10X version. Bobbie Moore. Right? Okay? And guess what? Who's coming over after that? Absolutely. Sidney, Arnold coming over. What's going to happen with Bobbie? 260. In her account, she can withdraw that money 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's unavoidable for her to receive it. It's unavoidable, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, after Sidney came, okay, who's coming now? Antionette. Why? Because Antionette's money, just like Sidney's, just like Bobbie's, it accumulated to where when it gets above 250, they come over to the 10X version. So now what's going to happen to Sidney? 260. What's going to happen to Bobbie as a result of that? Bobbie money goes up to 380. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. Do you think Bobbie's excited? Yeah. But she's excited, guys, because Sidney is having the same exact outcome as Bobbie. And not only that, Antionette is going to have the same outcome as Sidney and as Bobbie. Folks, this is why I put this video together. Because everybody's going to hear the same message. And all anyone ever is required to do is this right here. See, you never heard me say that Bobbie, Sidney, or Antionette had to come out of any more money out of pocket. And yet they're still receiving from the standard version that's still scaling their cash flow upward. And now they're receiving from the 10X version that's also scaling their cash flow upward. And they're receiving from both of these respective monetary systems. Guys, this is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. This is why I call it the biggest cash flow vision on the planet for the masses, okay? And so what's gonna happen? Frida's coming over. Frida comes over, okay? Watch this, Antionette, 260. As a result of that, Sidney is at 380. As a result of that, okay, Bobbie is at 870. Again, other people's money accumulates over, they're coming over here because in the standard version, it's still duplicating out. Why is it still duplicating out? I need y'all to know why, just not to hear it and it's just all exciting and it's a good, no. Because the automation, everyone's opening up 3 accounts and having 3 friends do the exact same thing. And does anybody come in and not receive instantly? No, everybody does. And as accounts open, does everybody cash flow continuously come up, go up instantly and simultaneously? That's why I said instantly and continuously. Yes, it does. So the next folks come over, guys. Okay. What's going to happen here? 260 for Frida. Okay. Antionette money goes up to 380. Okay. Sidney's money goes up to 870. Okay. Bobbie's money goes up. Watch this, 2,490. Let's say this was a church. Let's say this was a nonprofit that was in this group, okay? They came over, okay? Then after that, let's say there were church members, because in a church, there's church members, right? So let's do church member 1, church member 2, and church member 3, okay? What's gonna happen to the church and the nonprofit? 260. What's gonna happen to Frida as a result? 380. What's going to happen to Antionette as a result? 870. What's going to happen to Sidney as a result? $2,490. Okay. Ding, ding. Is Sidney the second person? Did we just hit her goal? Yes. Her goal just got hit. Bobbie, guess what? Went up to what? 5,380. Let me ask you a question. Did Bobbie goal just get hit? She was at 4,000. Yes, she did. Folks, are y'all seeing everybody goals get hit? What's going to happen? Okay. Let's say another nonprofit came over from the standard version or started from the 10X version. Either way, okay. What's going to happen? Right here, 260 for the 3 church members. Actually, I wrote 2 twice. This is church member 3, okay? Church and nonprofit, as a result of that, does what? 380. Frida, as a result of that, goes where? 870. Antionette, as a result of that, goes to what? 2,490. She was the third person. Guys, don't miss this. Don't miss this. This is everybody's cash flow goal or cash flow desire or just cash flow from this day forward, period. Whatever your situation or your liking is as you're watching this. Okay. So as a result of that, Sidney goes to where Bobbie has 5,380. Bobbie goes to $17,910. Ladies and gentlemen, as accounts open, did everybody's cash flow go up? Just like Venmo, accounts are opening. Just like Cash App, accounts are opening. They have our economic value that they're making trillions of dollars a week on, or every year. I should say every week, okay? But they're not sharing it with us. Here, we're opening up digital wallets and digital banks through this company. Everybody's only doing this right here. 3 accounts, 1 time. 3 accounts, 1 time. 3 accounts, 1 time. Folks, if you're showing this to people that always count the cost of everything and don't see the value, my advice, don't put it in front of them. Okay? This is a simple yes or no, because it's a choice and not a chance. This is a voluntary, jointly thing where we're all sharing in the cash flow. It's not just Bobbie's cash flow that goes up. It's not just Sidney's. It's not just his churches or nonprofits. We can have another nonprofit that comes over, okay? A nonprofit or a charity, okay? Guys, I have churches involved, bishops and pastors, okay, that are coming on board, that have been on board. We also have high-level fundraisers. I have a couple of fundraisers from the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. They do in excess of $2 million. They're also involved in this platform, and their cash flow is going up because they are eliminating their need for having the resources that they desire for whatever that they want to build and grow to. Okay? Because this is real, that's happening. So what's happening here, as a result, 260, okay? As a result of that, the church member, 1, 2, and 3, they're going up to 380 each, okay? The church and nonprofit go up to 870, okay? Frida's cash flow goes up. That comes in every 28 days to $2,490. Antionette cash flow goes up to $5,380, okay? Sidney's cash flow goes up to $17,910. And Bobbie cash flow goes up to $41,380. I'm just going to leave it at that, folks. Okay. Now I want to end it with this, because we're leveraging a crowdfund platform, we're able to come through this multiple times. Okay, because in the standard version, the company stops you when you are receiving $175,000 every 28 days. Okay. Now I didn't want to show you guys all that because it'll hurt you, right? But understand something. We're able to create another account and come back through it a second time, come back through it a third time, come back through it a fourth time, come back through it a fifth time, unlimited times, just like over here in the 10X version as well. And see, when we go through it the second, third, and fourth, it's going to be faster than the first, because the first, we were in the process of getting the word out. And some, even though you're already helping other companies get multiple billions of dollars, why not get it coming into your family's household, your communities, to where you control and you have the cash flow? And you'll be able to maybe even loan money out, just like what those sisters are already doing. Let's not have so much trepidation to where we miss this one. There's no skill set required, and it's 0% failure rate. When they open up the account, when anyone just does this, they're going to instantly receive and never be required to do this ever again. And our strategy is within 3 to 7 days, with everyone taking 3 to 7 days or less to do their 3 accounts one time. This is Douglas Ford. It's been my pleasing pleasure to create this video. Again, use it. Just if you're watching this for the first time, just take out these people's names and put your name and your friends' names there. And the same thing just keeps and continues to grow over and over and over again. My name's Douglas Ford. We just won't see you at the top, but we're also going to see you cash flowing and see you over the top. Take care. God bless. Get back in contact with either Antionette or whatever leader that shared this with you, Bobbie, Sidney, or even Frida, okay? And they'll even do a demonstration account for you if you need that and walk you through getting your account set up with you and your friends. Let me do all the talking. I'll do a video like this for you guys. Whoever wants one, I'll create one. And that way I can personalize it to you, and then you can send it out to whoever you want to put in front of this as well. Take care. God bless.